CM Punk has only been back for a few days, but AJ Lee has already been brought up into the fold by some WWE superstars. So we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out some topics for Bayley, Jade Cargill, and more. Starting things off with Bayley and Damage Control because the narrative there continues to heat up. So despite the big new additions of Asuka and Kairi Sane to Damage Control, the group has felt a bit off due to how they treated Bayley like an outcast and don't really appear to be on the same page with her. And that same theme continued on the SmackDown before Survivor Series and Survivor Series itself. On the November 28th edition of SmackDown, the Babyface War Games team came out and they all appeared to be united and on the same page for the most part. And Bayley eventually came out to confront the Babyface team, but if you noticed, Bayley was all alone when she came to talk to them. Why couldn't Damage Control at least walk out to the ring with Bayley to support her and even out the odds? Why would they let her walk out there to a 4-on-1 confrontation? So that alone shows the level of disconnection going on right now within the group. They don't even want to stand out on the ramp with Bayley. But then Bayley accepts the challenge for a tag team match. And this once again is another instance where we see more and more pushback from the other Damage Control members against Bayley. Bayley goes back there as the leader. She's picking out who she wants to put in a tag team match. But Io Sky turns around and says Bayley should be a part of the tag team match. So Bayley is outnumbered and has to take her part in the match. This same sort of thing happened before, like when Bayley had another #1 contenders match after so many failed attempts of winning the title. So Dakota and Io told Bayley that the opportunity should go to one of them instead. And that's what led towards Io's title match with Bianca Belair back at Backlash. So little issues like that have been present in Damage Control nearly for the entire year of 2023, and they continue to be there in current day. Then we fast forward just one night later, and who's the one individual that gets destroyed and takes the loss for her team? It's of course Bayley. After Io, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and even Dakota Kai did everything they can to win, Bayley ends up eating the pin and costing Damage Control the big loss. And it looks like Bayley taking that pin at War Games will be a big part of the storyline going forward. The group has been trying their best to tolerate Bayley as best as they could, but it looks like things are just continuing to escalate and spiral out of control with Bayley and the rest of the group. Like we covered right after Survivor Series, Bayley did say that she had a plan to get things back on track. So maybe we gotta wait and see how that unfolds. But fans are really starting to wonder if Bayley's days as Damage Control's leader are numbered. It's interesting because the two leaders of some of the biggest factions in WWE appear to be extremely close to be getting tossed out, those two being Bayley and Damian Priest. Some similarities there between the two situations. And if Bayley does get tossed out soon, the question then becomes, well, who takes over as the leader of Damage Control? You can definitely make a strong argument with Io Sky. She already had the championship and she was calling some shots already on the November 24th edition of SmackDown. So if Bayley does get overthrown sometime in the near future, Io Sky appears to be the group's clear successor. Just keep an eye on the situation because it does seem like Bayley is free-falling out of grace with the other Damage Control members, and it's only a matter of time before something happens there. You can't think of early 2010s of WWE without thinking of AJ Lee. Had one of the best underdog stories in recent WWE history. She wasn't supposed to make it, even said herself that she was originally supposed to be a trainer to get other women ready for WWE television. But somehow she broke through and even became a main focal point in the main event scene of Raw through that 2012-2013 timeframe. And her success would continue all the way until 2015, when she abruptly retired from the ring at the young age of 29. There's a lot of speculation surrounding AJ's early retirement. Some think that she truly accomplished everything she wanted and was happy with retiring at the time. But many fans wonder and speculate if the entire WWE and CM Punk legal battle at the time also sped up her decision on retirement. She did open up in her book about how people backstage looked at her differently once the entire CM Punk situation really picked up. And then, as we know, she would go out to the ring and the fans would flood her with chants for CM Punk as well. So it was a hard situation to be in, and many fans feel like it definitely had to play a role in her decision to leave so suddenly. And she hasn't been back in the ring ever since. But with her husband, CM Punk, returning to WWE, and the drama of the last decade appearing to be all water under the bridge now, it has fans wondering if this could open up the door to an AJ Lee return of any kind, even if it's a regular appearance, a return match, or anything of that sort. Well, some WWE superstars really got the conversation going, personally inviting AJ Lee to WWE to handle some business. These superstars are Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. Cora posted an old picture of herself crying as a kid when she met CM Punk. That's when Roxanne Perez responded to the tweet saying that Cora once told her that she didn't want anyone posting that CM Punk clip. That's when Cora told Roxanne that she's nothing without AJ. Roxanne said that Cora is nothing without AJ, and Cora then proceeded to tag AJ Lee and tell her to handle Roxanne. So just a fun little Twitter interaction, but with CM Punk and WWE's drama coming to an end, fans are holding out hope even for a brief return from AJ, like a Royal Rumble cameo appearance. Cora and Roxanne both came from the younger generation that grew up idolizing AJ, so you already know that moment of sharing the ring with AJ would be a massive highlight for them if it does happen. When speaking of returning to the ring in the past, AJ did say never say never, but she also said that she's constantly busy with her writing and that really occupies all of her time. Plus, she's still nursing some long-term injuries. The closest AJ ever got to returning to the ring was when she played a wrestling role and character in the show Heels. But we'll see if AJ could be back in the ring soon for the first time in a near decade herself. Triple H was recently asked about Jade Cargill's whereabouts during this Survivor Series press conference. The reporter pointed out what a lot of fans have been talking about. Jade was introduced and teased heavily on WWE television for a few weeks, but quietly vanished without warning. Triple H said that it all comes down to making sure Jade Cargill is ready. He said he still very much believes in her, but that they want to make sure that she knows everything and won't be surprised by anything that comes her way. They want to get her completely 100% fully ready before making any big moves with her. So that appears to be what's going on with Jade's status at the moment, just preparing her fully in every way possible. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.